Everybody, my name is Adam Meyer. I'm back with another video, and today we're going to go over what stocks I'm buying and why I'm buying them, and just based on this big pullback we're seeing on the overall NASDAQ market. We're down about 5-6% of these all-time highs, which is a pretty good pullback on the overall market itself. We could see more of like a 10% or even a 15% if we decided to have a really big pullback down within here. We don't know if that's actually going to come, but it is possible to come lower still. So we got to keep that in mind. I'm really looking into a lot of financial technology stocks that are consistently going up over time and just buying the dip to keep going farther. It does suck when there is pullbacks, but most people are selling right now. And what I'm doing, I'm looking for buying when people are selling. If I buy it and it still goes lower, I'm fine with that because I'm buying into companies I really believe in. And they look like they're in a good spot in the chart where they're at. They're having a pullback because most of the time, most people are scared because when they see a pullback, they see red. They don't think it's ever going to go back up again. But as you can tell over history, impulse retracement, impulse retracement, impulse retracement goes up, and down. And look what we're doing again. We're going up and we're coming back down. We could see these lows take it again, come back down a little lower. But that's besides the point. We're just looking for stocks that are in a good opportunity. Walmart. I was buying Walmart down around here in June when the overall NASDAQ market has been going up. So I was buying in a pullback down within here. It rallied up, sold a little bit above this high and up into here, and now it's pulling back again. So I am looking within this retracement zone between Walmart from this low to this high, pulling back down into here. A good step that's very crucial is that I like to do, because none of this on this video is financial advice. That's not what I do here. I'm just here to inform you guys what I'm doing myself. But I'm buying a little bit down within here. And then if we start to go sideways again, start to make higher highs, breaking structure points, I'll be adding more to my position. Because if I buy here and it just keeps sinking and sinking, I'm fine with that. I'm going to lose a little bit of money. It's going to go down a little bit more. And I'm just going to continuously watch price and see what it does at discounted pricing. Walmart is a good stock that I like. I'm going to go into DraftKings again. I think I previously mentioned DraftKings. If not here, I did in my group chat. But we were buying right around here, and it rallied up higher. I personally sold off all my position like right here at the top, which is kind of crazy that I caught right there. But it started to consolidate. I moved my stop loss up below here. It never came back down and hit it, and it had its last impulse up, and I sold my position. It came up within this area within here, created a nice head and shoulders pattern that people call it. I don't really go with patterns, but that's what happened there, and it started to sell off. So now we're coming more into like this discounted range again. I'm going to do a similar concept and watch what it does within this area to take long higher. Another stock I'm looking at here is AMD. AMD is consistently rallying higher. It is advanced micro devices. They do a lot with computer chips within computers, as a lot of you may know already. But we have been seeing a big rally, and we're looking for a pullback to come in. There's nice gaps sitting down within here. So if we do see price rally down between 90 bucks, even 80 bucks, this is ideally like what I'm looking for down within there. We can measure this last impulse, and I'm kind of looking honestly within this range to see some accumulation to buy long and go higher. So that's another stock there. We'll go to Qualcomm. Qualcomm is a stock that I was buying within here. We tapped up and I hit break even. I'm currently not in this position right now, but this is another stock I am potentially looking at to see rally up, possibly up more into this gap to keep going higher within there. Like I said, we got to wait for more accumulation to see some type of action to accumulate sideways to then buy higher. We could see these lows also taken. So if we do see these lows taken, we could then see our rally happen. So another stock here that I'm looking at is Skyworks Solutions, and I actually was buying the stock back down in here. We rallied up a little bit, but then we came right back down based on the sell-off that we're seeing on the NASDAQ market. We are coming down within a range. Let me clear up my screen here. We could enter down a little bit down within this area. We're coming down for a retracement, but if we start to see accumulation, break of structures, we're going to be looking for higher highs to be made, because this is also another stock I believe in long term. We're seeing higher highs, higher lows being made on the long term, and that's a good sign for a good healthy stock. So just watching in this area down within here, possibly below these lows, but ideally we want to see it keep this low, because if it breaks this low, we're kind of making a lower low, and we don't really want to see that. But going forward, this is a stock I'm keeping my eye on right now. Facebook is a pretty good stock. This has dropped a good, I think it's about 10% or so. Yep, dropped about 11% actually. So we are coming down. This is a stock I personally bought today. I'm looking for higher movement. I do hold this long term. This is one of my first investments ever. So I'm back in 2017. I got in down lower, down like within this area over into here. But that's besides the point. We're seeing a nice pullback happen. We're seeing, look, high, low, high, low, high, low. We're seeing a pretty decent pullback happen. This could be a pretty good discounted price to hold for a longer term to stack your portfolios. If we did see a massive sell-off, this could come down lower. And what will I be doing? I'll be buying more again because money's printed every day. They're going to do what they got to do to keep the economy going. So Facebook, I really like this for businesses, everything. Intel, another computer micro device. This is one of the better setups that I see, in my opinion, out of this whole list. We're seeing a nice pullback down within this range between the 62 and the 79%. So that's drawing the Fibonacci from the low to the high, and we're looking for a discounted price. So think about going to get shoes on Black Friday or something. We're getting shoes at 62% off, 71% off, 79% off. That's like ideally what I'm looking at. And we're starting to see price go sideways the past few months here. And we're starting to make this new high, break a structure, tap down lower. And we could be working higher up and to fill in this gap, up to all-time highs again. So Intel is another one I'm looking at there. Square, same kind of concept where we're looking for a pullback to happen, continuous higher highs, higher lows. So Square's another one here. And PayPal, here's a good one here. I really love PayPal. This is a very, very good stock in the financial stocks sector. I believe it's in a good spot right now that we could be potential buying. I was buying this today on the dip. We could dip lower, like I said, but I'm not really heavy in all my positions yet. I have been in these for the long term, so overall I'm up, but looking for future movement. If you just want to buy for long term and forget about it, all you do you. But if you want to wait for more confirmation, if you're going to swing trade this, you could wait for something like this, or if we see some rally and then pull back and break a structures, this is ideally where we could enter more in to keep going long to possibly take the all-time highs again. Lastly, I got Pinterest here. Pinterest is making pretty good highs up in here. We have a nice sell-off gap. This gap typically likes to be filled. As you can tell, there's a gap here, there's a gap in here. Price usually comes back, fills in the gap, comes back up in here, fills in a gap. We have a nice gap here, and it hasn't been filled back in yet with price. And what I mean by that, price hasn't come back up into here and closed this gap that is sitting within this range. So price hasn't done that. I'm anticipating possible movement up into there. What I do like, price did come down. It took these lows, and now it's moving sideways. Price is weakening. It's losing its weakness to come down lower, and we could be seeing some break-of structures happening here in the next few weeks to take up within this range, up in there. This is going to wrap it up for this video. So key takeaways of this is that I'm entering small positions now and entering more when we start to see higher highs made. This is mainly for swing trade positions. So I'm buying now and selling when prices start to peak out, or I'm going to be buying now and holding for the long term. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of both. I really believe into a lot of these companies. You can do more of your own research on the fundamentals behind them and what they do, what they mean, and how this could better suit you and what you want to do. We all do our own due diligence here, so we don't get screwed in the market, because this market can take our money, it can give us money, but it doesn't care what we want to do or what we're doing. It doesn't care what our emotions are. So take this into consideration. Buying the dip can be a good thing, because I'm greedy when others are fearful. Obviously, others are fearful right now. People are selling their stocks. The economy's going to shit. All this, all that. No. It does this all the time. It did the same thing over here, did the same thing over here, did the same thing in COVID. Now look, we just keep going up. The government's going to keep printing money, and money's going to still flow into these stocks, in my opinion. Not a financial advice, but let me know if you have any questions. Take care, everybody. Stay blessed. Bye.